Welcome back to the morning show here on the Rise News. For updates on sports stories across the globe, Aaron Akirijola joins us. Good morning, Aaron.
Yeah, good morning to you. Yeah, good morning to you, Doctor. Good morning to you. Thank God it's Friday for obvious reasons. And let's start it off with the Super Eagles. They've been in camp, and I must say that yesterday they got a very, very massive visit from the governor of Akwa Ibom State, Umoyano, who was there to actually celebrate with the Super Eagles. And also the Super Eagles thanked him for hosting them and opening the doors of the state to them. And jerseys were presented to the coach, because being chaired by the captain of the team, William Troost Ekong. And the Super Eagles do know that they've qualified for the Africa Cup of Nations in 2024, thanks to superlative performances. They'll be taking on Sao Tome and Principe in a dead rubber game. They only need a draw to top that particular group, and it's almost written in the stars that the Super Eagles will top the group, because Uyo and the Gosu Akpabio Stadium has been a very, very profitable farming ground for the Super Eagles, as against what is obtainable in Abuja. But away from that, one man is signaling the end of an era. Cristiano Ronaldo had this to say. He said, to those who like Cristiano Ronaldo, don't have to hate Lionel Messi, he says. Both are very good. We have changed the history of football. We are respected all over the world. And that's, of course, he says, the rivalry between himself and Lionel Messi that spanned more than a decade, one of the, arguably the longest in football history, Ronaldo claims has come to an end. Lionel Messi is on the cusp of winning his 8th Ballon d'Or. Ronaldo has got 5 under his belt, and they've jostled with being the best player for decades. And Ronaldo is saying that has actually come to an end. Ronaldo is 38, going 39. Lionel Messi is 36, going 37. And at the moment, both are farming in different parts of the world, in lower leagues. And Ronaldo is saying it is over. Okay, moving away from that, speaking about Ronaldo and the Saudi Pro League. First of all, their transfer window is closed. And good news is the fact that Mohamed Salah remains a Liverpool player. He was tempted, I think Liverpool were tempted with about 210, according to reports. 210 million pounds.
That was not confirmed. What was confirmed?
According to the reports.
£150 million.
Yeah, 150 million. But from the backroom talks, Al Ittihad actually, they said Al Ittihad put 210 on the table. But Liverpool did not confirm that was an official bid. So, and as it stands, Michael Emenalo, who is the sporting director of the Saudi Pro League, has spoken about the influence of Cristiano Ronaldo. He said Ronaldo is not just a footballer, but a role model for youths. But I said that a lot of people have been questioning the amount that has taken several of these people there. Ronaldo earns £3.6 million a week, and that is an arm and a leg, literally. Because if you look at Chelsea's spending, it actually totals about 2.3 billion over a span of time. For the Saudi Pro League in one transfer window, they've been able to pull in about 728. When you put it into context, you can see that aside the Premier League that have actually pulled in a lot of numbers, the Saudi Pro League have actually spent quite a lot, followed by the Serie A, the Bundesliga, and the Ligue 1. So they are playing serious catch-up, and it's just a matter of time. And one man is, aside Cristiano Ronaldo, the second highest paid player is Karim Benzema, with about £172 million per year. That's how much it takes him per annum, followed by Neymar dos Santos Jr., who actually pockets about 129.4 per year. And now, of course, those are the big world leagues. Then N'Golo Kante about 86.2 million pounds per year. And most of these people have signaled that they did this for their families to change their fortunes and to change the fortunes of their family and their friends. Brozovic, about 35 million. And not also forgetting Kalidou Koulibaly, who says he wants to settle all his immediate family and his extended family for life, so that they don't ever disturb him again. Away from that, at the moment, one woman has actually been named the coach of the female national team. This is the first time the Spanish women's national team are actually appointing a female coach. Montse Tome is her name. She used to be part of the backroom staff of Jorge Vidal, who has been fired from his position. But Jenny Hermoso has filed legal complaints about the case that has rocked the footballing world. Rubiales is still saying it's consensual and it was mutual, but she says no. And this video popped up. Ayo, I don't know what you read to this, because this was immediately after the game in the bus. There was a particular video that actually popped up with Jenny Omoso showing her friends and laughing about the video and laughing about the case. And right now she's filing a legal complaint, which means that criminal charges can be brought against Rubiales. But people are saying that if this video, she was actually giggling about it, having fun about it, mocking the situation and showing it to her friends, it says otherwise. Okay, moving away from that, I'll let you be the judge on that. Let's move on to the US Open, where Coco Gauff, historic move, beating Muchova for the second time in the space of weeks, and she's got into the finals of the US Open. Kudos to her. This is her second finals after having lost one in the French Open last year to Iga Swiatek. At the moment, this is the first US Open. Kudos to her. We are hoping that she actually does us very, very proud, and she will be on the cups of doing something that Serena Williams did back in the day. Now, moving on quickly, let's talk about her opponent, Sabalenka. Sabalenka should be going against Sabalenka, and let's see if Sabalenka will be able to rise to the occasion. Sabalenka spotted the opportunity for an all-women US Open final, but at the moment, this is how he actually pans out. And your guy is still soldiering on, talking about Alcaraz. He's looking good for the money. Despite Zverev, very easy, 6-3, 6-2, 6-4. And he knows that the next man that he'll be taking on is a man that has actually won the US Open and has the gravitas to be able to push the ante, talking about Daniel Medvedev. And finally, Rufa, I don't know if you'll be running. Doctor, I don't know if you've actually signed up, but the great Abeokuta 10K race is tomorrow. Yeah. And the organizer of the race, Bukola Kolopade, has spoken about that it will be bigger, it will be better, and a lot of people should expect so much at this particular race. So, Doctor, I don't know if you're going to be running. I don't know if you've actually signed up.
No, but I would. If I was in Abeokuta, I would be doing the 10K. I mean, it's a good one to run. I knock out 5K most weekends myself, and I can definitely do the 10K. In fact, when Showore was training for the Lagos Marathon, I was his pacer trainer.
Are you serious?
So he came to meet me in the gym, and we're able to run about 4 or 5K in a certain time, in about less than 30 minutes, you know. So I was a pacer trainer. So impressive. So it's something I would love to do.
I've run the 5K when I was in Swansea. I ran the 5K for charity. So I've done long distance, and I was an athlete, star athlete when I was in school. So that's what I was asking you. That don't look at me. Look at me. I used to play basketball.
That's hardcore.
Even Dr. Bati was top athlete in school. You know, he ran all sorts of
which sports?
He participated
let me speak to the Spanish.
Many kinds of Olympics.
Let me quickly touch on the Spanish video. I think that's really important.
Yeah.
And when it comes to issues that border on sexual harassment, the truth is that, especially when it's with someone who has a higher power in terms of there's a power play there, you can't really judge based on a video where she was showing her friends, because we have seen instances where until you come about your rights, or you know that, okay, this wasn't appropriate, you then have self-reflection and think, okay, actually, I didn't like it, but in order to be a good sport, I just played along with it. So you can't judge it, and it would be before the courts to determine, based on the evidence they present, to determine whether or not it was consensual or it wasn't consensual. But you can't base it on the video.
But people are saying that she didn't see it as a big deal, because she was even asked, post-interview about it, and she actually downplayed it. Okay. But when people made it a big deal, she also took it up and ran with it.
Well, maybe she realized that.
I'm sure that Bukola was Olokpade Ozogula.
Yeah.
Even if I were to show interest in the 10-kilometer race, he would say, no, please don't bother.
No, Dr.
We need you for something else.
No, you can do it.
But in any case, it's good to see that, you know, among many other things, Abeokuta, you know, is going to be the center for a major sports event tomorrow. Yeah. And that many people will head towards that city, you know, that produces presidents and leaders in all fields of human endeavor, you know, just for the purpose of sports. I'm sure, you know, all the Egba people will be delighted and they'll welcome them. I mean, people will welcome people from everywhere. Anyway, that's that about that. I think we should congratulate, ahead of even the Ballon d'Or, Oshuala, who has been shortlisted, and also Victor Osimhen. They may not win, but this is like, even being recognized alone, is like a kind of a victory. Now, Arsene Wenger says Eagles are underachievers.
Yes,
are you tempted to agree with
yes,
him?
They are. Yes, they
are. And
with the flurry of talent.
And Fury, Tyson Fury, which is expanding waistline, has been boasting that he will make money in October in Saudi Arabia, making out against Francis Ngannou. Yeah. I hope he doesn't go there to disgrace himself because he seems to have taken his eyes.
He's a marquee boxer.
Off,
even off his game. Ngannou doesn't know anything.
Anyway, finally, before we let you go, I think it will be appropriate to wish senior correspondent Tokunbo Oyetunji, one of our very solid, dedicated reporters, happy 50th birthday. Yes. Tokunbo Oyetunji is 50 today. Many of our viewers will be familiar with him. Tokunbo Oyetunji reporting for Arise News. Well, Tokunbo Oyetunji just know that it's not enough to report for Arise News. Now that you have joined the fifth level, there should be implications. And we are hoping that when we leave this set, the implications will be waiting so that we can celebrate you, in typical Arise fashion after this program. But congratulations to Tokunbo Oyetunji. And thank you for all the wonderful work that you do.
And I want to pay special tribute to Tokunbo Oyetunji, my friend and my brother. Thank you for telling that story of NSAS. You are a true patriot. Millions of people around the world saw you live on TV, risk your life and risk everything with your camera going around the back. You and Ozioma Okoli telling the story of NSAS when it was dangerous out there, when no other media house was willing to go on the street. You, Tokunbo Oyetunji, and Ozioma Okoli were the champions that went out on the street, rolled the cameras, kept on telling the story. You are patriots.
Other media houses were also on the street. Let's not exaggerate it. But if Tokunbo Oyetunji is around the premises, can the producer produce him so that we can even see him?
But no other media house was on the street that day of covering the event.
It wasn't only Arise News that reported.
It was only Arise News that was showing that in live.
No, it wasn't only Arise News.
Only Arise News.
Other stations did too. Let's be moderate.